Welcome to the greatest knowledge information database on the classic cars on the planet. In this video I'll be testing the window motor from the 1966 Thunderbird. And I guess the job starts actually before you get it out. You just want to mark that you don't forget the position it was in. So you'd remove the window at the top. You could also remove it at the bottom, but I've just removed it at the top. But in the case that you forget, you just gotta sort of put the mechanism where it's gonna go and just sort of visualize what's happening. So as this part goes up, you know, that part, to make the window go up, these things, these 2 points here, they have to spread apart. And that brings the window down. For it to go up, these two get closer together, right? And but anyways, first thing I'd like to show you is that the polarity does not matter in these motors. So right now I have positive hooked to the ground terminal, which happens to be the black one, but it's the odd one out. The other two are positive, if you will. So if I turn this on, it's going towards this way here. So this part is getting larger here. It's moving down, or, I mean, depends which way you go. You look at it. Now that's the red. If I reverse these terminals, it'll still be going down. I want to get a short there. There you go. It still moves down. So that's the first proof. Now that we got that out of the way, that's explained. I just want to make an adjustment here. I don't know if you can see, but there's two sets of holes. There's only 3 bolts, and this basically just allows you to adjust the motor. And I can see that it's different on this side. This side, it's actually touching the part of the door, and the other side it's straight right in the middle. So I'm just going to change that so that it's to the other side. It's actually forcing the motor the way it is right now, so I'm just going to change this around. In order to do that, you got to disconnect the you got to make this part come out. You can't force it. It's a worm gear, so it only goes one way, so you have to make the motor work in order to get this out. So that's what we're going to do now. Now I had a little bit trouble. I did put the spring back the way it was in when I found it, but since the motor is probably on the wrong spot, I'm assuming that that's wrong as well. And I can see some silicone here. I doubt that that would have been done at the factory originally. I see an odd nut here as well. Once again, but anyways, I just like to test things scientifically. We never assume that something's right just because, you know, it's the way we found it. So what I've just done here, I've just marked this up and down just so that I make sure. Now so as I was saying about the spring, now as the window is going down, gravity is actually helping it, so the weight of the window is forcing it down. So I kind of want to let the spring be loose when it's up, so that the spring is loose, yeah, when it's up, so that it tightens as it goes down, so that as it releases, it counteracts the weight of the window. As it's going down, it already has the weight of the window to help it, so there's no need. I think if you just, it makes sense that you have, you know, them going opposite. Otherwise, if you have, you know, the force of the spring and the force of the window going against the motor, then that's a little too much. So you want the spring to help the window go up, not go down, because you already have the weight helping it go down, which means the spring has to be loose on the up position. Now there's also this adjusting nut, and I initially put it tight all the way because normally you don't want gears moving slide to slide, like sliding side to side. But in this case, I'm pretty sure we do. We're just going to test while we remove this. I'm going to take a look at how this thing, show you guys how this thing works. And on the other side, you can actually hear sort of a clunk, which means that there's some sort of gear moving in. And there's a mechanism here that allows the gear not to force the motor when the window is all the way up or all the way down. So there's some sort of release mechanism there. So let's just get that. You have to do that in order to get this other bolt out. I just want to see which way this motor is supposed to go. It's supposed to go sort of straight with this here, I think. With this line here. This is the way it goes in the car. Right now it's too far down. It's got to go up. So this hole has got to move here. It's going to be almost parallel with the this edge here. This edge here. So the side of the motor. As for the adjusting nut, I just left it halfway. So, I don't know if this will be too much. Just put it back in the car just to check. I think this should make it the same as on the other side now. Just two of those off. And of course we'll put some anti-seize on these nuts. These bolts. Can't put some anti-seize on my balls, on my nuts, but they're not seized. Alright, I'm just going to check the fit. And, I'm not going to bother showing you that. You'll see the end result. Helpful to look up through the door. Went in too much now. here. Manual has nothing in the subject, by the way. I wonder if this is supposed to be facing that way. I know this is kind of messed up here. Let's remove the motor. It's actually hitting that part. Well, this is the way it's supposed to go in the car. This is actually hitting that part now. Manual mentions nothing about this, by the way. And especially not why there are this extra set of holes here. Supposedly so that you could interchange left side and the right side. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I can't go like that. See, these things, they don't form a perfect square. There's only one way you can put these this in. The hole is actually parallel to the slide here. Sort of wanted to get it this, oh shit. I might as well just show you guys how this works. So here's the worm gear. I don't know if you can notice, but this nut here controls how much side play this worm gear has. As you can see, it's got quite a bit of side play now. There's a bit of a mechanism in there. So this is basically, you need some need to have some movement there. That's sort of what's going to prevent the Windows motor from seizing up. It allows it to keep spinning even if the window is all the way up. So let's just put this back. And inside here, there's just move it so that you guys can see. So the gear itself, this little gear, it's able to move sideways like that, as you can see, without this gear actually turning. I'm going to take it out. As you can see, there's a bit of a triangular shaped thing here on the gear 2. There you have it. And there's a bit of a ridge on the bottom. I think this gear sort of pops out, or it pops over that thing. So we can put this back together now. Let's not place. Let's like that. Not like that. Still too much. This way more. So that was before. Well, I think that's the only position for it. There's only here. These bolts are also not evenly spaced, and one of them is bigger. So I had it. So I was putting it this way, but only 3 positions here, here, and all the way here like that. Okay, let's try that there, see if that works. Oops. Try that. just want to see if it fits. But I think I tried this position already. It did not fit. The other position certainly won't be better than this. Doesn't fit. I don't know how it fits so nicely on the other side. The other side of the motor is right in the middle of the hole on the wall of the door. Oh fuck, sorry you guys aren't seeing that. I can't get you guys a better angle, sorry. Up there, can I not have it there? Yeah, that's the only position for it. Position. Hang on a second. Hang on. I just wonder if somebody used the wrong. Okay, this is interesting. See, when I took it out, I had to release the spring tension in order to get this part, this gear part, out of the way so that I can remove the bolt. Not the best design. Certainly not. Let's put one of them in. Put some anti-seize. I just dropped the other one. There it is. just like to get these bolts, just pass them on the side of the can like that. Over tighten it. So just recapping, I already forgot the spring has to be loose on the up position. So you see, now you just got to sort of imagine what happens. The way I put this spring in, when the motor starts to turn, it's going to tilt it this way, and it's going to cause that hook part to move like that. So I'll just demonstrate. Actually, I can't. As you can see, if it's going this way, then it's proper, but the gear is already completely out of here this way, look. It's got to go that way. Now, if it goes that way, this spring is going to move. It's going to move out of there. Like that, so it's got to go the other way. So go this way. I wonder if it's supposed to have that much spring tension on it. That should now be proper. Make it go. Right now it's in the up position. You want to make it go down. So we got to connect the red wire. I wrote that down.